declare a quorum, and I'll call the City of Groton Mayor and Council meeting for Monday, April 16, 2018 to order. Clerk Patrick, could you please call the roll?
Present is Mayor Keith Hedrick, Deputy Mayor Lawrence Garish, Councilors Joe Rusk, Jamal Beckford, Stephen Sheffield, Guinevere Depot, Finance Director Ron Newhouse, Clerk Deborah Patrick, excused is Councilor Rashad Carter.
Salute to the flag. Pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Recognition, awards, and memorials. Councilor Rusk.
I just wanted to congratulate Coach James Childs on his retirement after serving as the men's basketball coach at Avery Point for 15 years. He will be missed.
Yes, he will. Anyone else? Okay. Go ahead.
I have two. I'd like to also recognize Coach Childs. I was on his.
Would you like to read your letter to? Since I have it right here, I think you should.
Sure, I can read that.
Okay.
That is perfect time.
So I'll just abbreviate this a little bit, but I was unable to attend his last banquet. But I did want to say, how important his role as a coach was. That he instilled a lot of virtues in us. All of his teams, integrity, teamwork, sacrifice, and preparation. But I did want to say that one of the things that really separated him from a lot of other coaches was how passionate he was about coaching. And this isn't written in there, but the first practice, I probably wouldn't have walked back into that gym if he didn't pull me aside and say, "Hey, I expect to see you here tomorrow." But his passion for the game, his passion for coaching, was inspiring. And I'm sure the basketball program is in good hands, but he definitely had a unique skill in that. So I just wanted to recognize that. Thank you, Coach Childs, for your time and your effort and for your example. Thank you.
Perfect. You said you had a second one?
I did. I might pass on that for right now.
Okay.
Thank you.
Anything else on recognitions, awards, and memorials? All right. Receipt of citizens' petitions. Anything? Okay. There are no receipt of citizens' petitions, therefore we'll skip the response. Approval of the minutes. I need a motion for the April 2nd, 2018 Mayor and Council meeting.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstentions, motion carries unanimously. I need a motion for the April 2nd, 2018 Special Committee of the Whole meeting.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstentions, motion carries unanimously. Communications and reports. Councilor Rusk.
I just had the honor of attending the Avery Point men's basketball banquet on Thursday with Councilor Sheffield and Councilor Carter. It was a great night, honoring a great man and a great basketball team.
Great. Councilor Beckford.
I'm gonna pass.
Councilor Carter. Or Councilor Sheffield. God, well, she said Carter. You're killing me. Councilor Sheffield, I do know who said so.
Oh, you should just okay. Just check. Yes. Also attending the banquet, and again, congratulations to Coach James Childs, his family, his basketball coach Charlie Miller, his teammates, James Calabi and Dave Huber attending. The community came out in mass for this, and definitely a special night and a special tribute to a person that is loved by his players, and I see the example instilled into Councilor Beckford, the work ethic and the success of his players after they've gone through his program is second to none from what I've seen around here.
Awesome.
Yeah. Thank
Anything else?
That's all.
Okay. Councilor Depot.
Nothing to report.
Deputy Mayor Garrett.
No report.
Clerk Deb Patrick.
I have nothing.
Finance Director Ron Yost. Okay, I have a couple things. One, I would like to state that we have started work on the Tyler House. I started last week. The floorboards have been removed, and when they went in to do the inspection, there was only one area where it looks like there's going to be some dry rot there that they have to replace. So the repairs to the underpinning to the foundation does not look like it's nearly as bad as what we thought it might be. So that will be good. The repair of the flooring, the doors, and the frames, and the handrails will all be completed before opening day, which is 2 months from today, 16th of June. So, and the target date that they're shooting for is June 1st. I've asked them to shoot for that day. It'll give us 2 weeks to do punch lists and to get anything else completed. And also, down at the beach, we're going to start working on sidewalks probably this week or next week. Tim and his crew will go down to demolish a couple pieces of the sidewalk and excavate and get that prepared for slabs by drabs, so they can come in to repair the sidewalks, replace sidewalks, and put up new posts. So, and that will also be done before opening day. I am again shooting for the 1st of June. On April 3rd, I attended a project. The project is 58332. Not that means anything to anyone, but what the project is on the Clarence B. Sharp access to the interstate. Just over, as you're leaving the city, you go over the Amtrak bridge. Those two areas are going to be renovated. It's going to take them, the project is allowed 483 days. So there will be some impact to traffic. There's going to be, once I get additional information, I will put that out, put a plan out, put out what the alternate routes are and things like that. They are not going to start that project until the I-95 on-ramp, which is currently secured, is going to be brought back in service, which should be approximately Memorial Day. So that's one of the things that we're looking at. In addition, since this will last as long as it will, one of the concerns that we had was July 14th, which is SailFest. So we are working with the town and with the state to determine the potential impacts, not so much for coming into SailFest, but for how to get out of the city after SailFest is complete. On April 4th, on Wednesday, April 4th, I attended a DARE graduation at Sacred Heart School, and that's always a tremendous thing, whether it's a Sacred Heart or West Side or Catholic and ask it wherever it is, but the DARE graduations are always a lot of fun. I attended the Connecticut Society of Civil Engineers monthly meeting over at the Coast Guard Academy, and our water treatment plant improvement project was the topic of the presentation that night. So the lead engineer from Stantec gave that brief, and it was given to a room filled with civil engineers, and the kinds of questions that came up following were pretty interesting. Things that regular folks don't think about, like resiliency and you know, the water rise and those kinds of things, and green energy and things like that, and those all got answered, and it was a tremendous presentation. I attended on April 11th, I attended the Navy's sesquicentennial at the Nautilus Museum, 150th anniversary is what that is. And then Friday, I had the opportunity to attend the residential review of the Corps Cadets at the Coast Guard Academy. And I want to thank Vice Admiral Rendon and his staff for the warm welcome that you gave me and Mayor Mike Passero. It was tremendous. The review of the cadets, if you've never had the opportunity to see it, they do it on Fridays. There are bleachers there and it's open to the public, and you can sit and you can watch. And if you like the military flair and the pomp and circumstances with those kind of ceremonies, it is pretty impressive. I had an office visit this morning with the commanding officer of the HMS Trenchant. The HMS Trenchant is a United Kingdom submarine, and they were recently involved with an evolution called ICEX, which is an under ice exercise with the USS Hartford and the USS Connecticut. And this is their first home port after being up there doing exercises for about 3 months. So they're here for a couple of days. They will be leaving, I think he said Thursday afternoon or Friday morning. So they are in town, and it was a very nice opportunity to talk to him and swap submarine stories, actually. So that was a good time, and that's all that I have. Are there any committee referrals? Okay. With that, new business, Councilor Rusk.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Resolution R-18-4-49. Therefore, be it resolved that the mayor and council authorize management to issue a purchase order for rooftop safety railings used for fall protection on the roof of the digester and thickener building at the City of Groton Pollution Abatement Facility to Hart Engineering Corporation, 800 Scenic View Drive, Cumberland, Rhode Island, based on the quoted amount plus contingency not to exceed $25,000 and no cents to be paid from the funds in the FY 2018 Capital Reserve account. I so move.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? We discussed this at the WPCA. I think we were able to answer the questions at that point. Anything else on this resolution? Okay, hearing none. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstention, motion carries unanimously. There is no executive session. I will take a motion for adjournment.
I move we adjourn.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
We're adjourned.